Good day, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. For those who are asking, we will be making the recording available as soon as the presser ends. But I'm jumping the gun. Firstly, welcome to our our opening presser for this tour against Sri Lanka. We're going to be speaking today with Proteas captain Quinton de Kock. May I please ask that you indicate in the chat panel when you would like to ask a question. I will not be looking at whose hands are raised, so please always indicate on the chat panel because that's where I'm going to be looking, and we'll take it from there. Please, can you let me know who would like to go first? And sorry, reminder to everybody to keep their monitors on mute and only unmute when you're asking your question. Thank you. We'll start with Telford and then Ken.
Hello, Quinton. Telford Vice here. We heard earlier, a few months ago, from Graham Smith saying that you would not be the Test captain, and we heard from you yourself saying you think it would be too much for you to handle with all the rest of what you have to do, and that seems reasonable. So, what changed between then and now?
Hi everyone. Obviously, the big guys did phone me. I think it was just obviously they told me the situation that was in. I understood where they were coming from. Obviously, I didn't accept it immediately. I did think about it, but just understand it is only just for now this season. It's not a long-term thing. I think it's just more for when we get someone who really puts up their hand as a leader of the Test team that they will take over. I think the guys are looking for a long-term leadership role. Unfortunately, I won't be doing that. Like I said in the past, it does seem a lot on my plate, but I am happy to do it just for now until obviously things happen.
Thank you.
Ken, and then Firdaus. Ken and then Neil, and then Firdaus.
Hi, Quinton. Obviously, I'm sure the guys are exceptionally keen to get back into playing Test cricket. Could you just give us a sort of update on the feeling in the camp? But is there also a bit of a strong desire to right the result the last time Sri Lanka were here?
Yeah, obviously we all very eager to get back onto the Test field. Obviously, it's been a while. It's also been nice to have a change of format. This year has been a lot of T20 cricket. So it'd be nice to change things up. And yeah, the guys are hungry. Obviously, yesterday we had our first practice, so guys got into the swing of things. It was nice to see a red ball again. And yeah, the guys are excited. I think, we don't have a lot of those team members that were part of that losing battle against Sri Lanka last time we were here. So obviously, all the likes of me, Faf, one or two of the other guys who are here and do still have that memory in hands, and obviously we're coming here to rectify things.
Thank you. Neil?
Quinny, I know that when the players step over the rope that you focus on the game and all the peripheral distractions disappear, but now probably more than ever before in your career that's going to be quite difficult, isn't it? There's word from Australia that they're monitoring how this tour will go, and it's almost like the success off the field is going to be as important as on it.
Yeah, look, I think we, during the bubble, we do have protocols that are put aside for us. And obviously, from day one when we got in, everyone has been adhering to it. So obviously we got that little bit of responsibility, but it's nothing that we can't handle. And the rest of it is just, that's just a small part that we can help out ensuring future tours during bubble life and COVID times. But the rest of the administration, unfortunately, we as players can't do much. So yeah, we just do a little bit that we can to help make sure our bubble, it seems like it's safe or is safe. And yeah, that's all we can do for now.
Thank you. Good luck.
Fidos, then Lloyd. Would anybody like to go after Lloyd? Please indicate in the chat panel.
Connie, you've spoken a bit about the various roles that you're going to be playing. Have you decided whether or not you will keep wicket in this series, or might we see someone else? And also, we haven't seen South Africa play Test cricket for a while. Can you give us any indication of what sort of who you're considering and maybe some new faces we might see?
To be honest, yeah, I'm gonna keep Test cricket. I wasn't actually gonna keep in the ODIs against England. We're gonna give someone else a chance. So we are looking at things now that I am looking after the Test team for a little bit. We are looking at ways to get a lot of things off my shoulders. But obviously, Test cricket, I think I need to be there as keeper. So yeah, I will remain here. And obviously, we've got the likes of Glenn around, Quinton. There's a couple of new faces. Still getting to know everyone. Obviously, we're still in quarantine times and certain protocols, so unable to really meet the guys yet and get to know them. So yeah, there are some nice faces, around, and it's nice to see them all. Yeah.
Lloyd, Shoni, and then Ken.
Thank you. Quinny, those in the squad who do celebrate Christmas, dealing with spending it completely separate from the family this year. I mean, how have you guys dealt with that?
To be honest, I don't think it's different for many people. I think most guys, playing for the Proteas, you miss most time with the family anyway, just from being in different provinces. So yeah, but I think this year it's important. I think we'll do something as a team. Just stick together on that day. Obviously, we are a family in our own way, the Proteas. So we will spend some time together. Obviously, it's not the best thing. We can't be with our tight family, but it's just the way it is, and that just comes with our profession, I guess. So it is what it is.
Thanks, Lloyd. Shoni?
Hi, Quinton. This is Flonine Pulu from ENCA. Just in terms of the COVID tests that have been coming out in the past few days, has that had an impact on the team, I guess, in terms of the training, but also maybe psychologically as well? And secondly, you talked about it's good to have a change in the format. Is there a reasonable, or is there a target or an expectation in terms of what you want to achieve against Sri Lanka?
Yeah, obviously we've been given the protocol a week in advance, so we knew what were coming up when we got here. We obviously knew we arrived. Do a COVID test, then obviously quarantine until our test comes out, and then social distance. Can only go get dinner, then get back to the room, sort of type of thing, until we do and then obviously training's done in sessions and staggered sessions. In a certain amount of groups. So yeah, it is a little bit difficult these first 2-3 days. But once we do our next COVID test, which is tomorrow, I think, and then we all test negative, then I'm sure it will go back to normal. So it's just a matter of waiting it out, just making sure we do everything right, and then getting back to normal things, I guess, while within the bubble. And then against Sri Lanka, yeah. Look, we got a lot to rectify. Obviously, they came here and they hurt us on our own grounds. So we want to rectify that and obviously win the series convincingly, which will hopefully that can happen. So those would be the two things, I guess.
Thanks, Quinny. Ken and then Colin.
Quinton, just following up from that, last time you played Sri Lanka, it was in Port Elizabeth and Durban. How different are you expecting conditions to be at Centurion and the Wanderers? And are you going to be having any little messages to the groundsmen before the series?
Oh, look, to be honest, no, I don't think we need to give out any message or anything. I think the wickets speak for themselves here at Wanderers Centurion. Obviously, we know there's a bit of pace and bounce, and it does get a little bit up and down as the test goes on. And yeah, depending on how the wicket goes, sometimes it can spin. So, yeah, I still think they don't have to do any talking towards the groundsman. I think they should know what to prepare. They're going to prepare good wickets anyway. It's just the nature of Centurion and Wanderers. So hopefully, well, that's what you expect, and whether we get it or not, it's another thing. But yeah, we are expecting some decent wickets.
Colin.
I think it's my turn. Quinton, just following up on the quarantine arrangements, I believe you're in the same facility as the Sri Lankans. Has there been any contact with them? And then I'm not sure whether this is a question you can answer now, but we know 2 players tested positive and have been withdrawn. At what point can we expect to get the revised squad and basically find out who the 2 players are that aren't there?
Yeah, obviously the Sri Lanka team and us, we are sharing the same hotel, but we have been cordoned off from one side of the hotel to another. We got our own boundaries that we have to adhere to, so we won't really be mingling or be in the same vicinity as them. You know, we can't see them, but you know, there won't be any damage done. Yeah, so and then look, you're gonna have to. We wait for the medical staff to answer your question. I think it's rather best that they do it. You know, so yeah, just rather let them answer your question before I do.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Quinton. Just for everyone's knowledge, Colin, we don't announce the players' names just due to doctor-patient confidentiality. We will be releasing the revised squad at the conclusion of the next round of testing. So you'll have the full squad, and then, you know, obviously from there, you'll probably see names missing, and that will be the process of deduction. But unfortunately, we can't be the ones who are going out and announcing, just, you know, from a Labour Relations Act point of view. Coming up next is Percival, then Aditya and Firdaus.
Thank you so much, Sibukazi. Good day, Quinton. Quinton, I'm not sure if you're the one who should be answering this question, or maybe Sibukazi can answer this question as well. So, are you guys staying in a bio bubble in Centurion at the moment? Are you allowed to tell us at which hotel? And when it comes to the second test, do you guys stay in the same venue, or do you guys move to Johannesburg? What is the setup there?
Well, to my knowledge, no, we'll stay here the whole time. You know, obviously it's not Centurion. Well, we had Irene just at the back of the golf course here. So yeah, it's not too far for us to travel. So yeah, if that's all you really want to know, that's all what it is.
Firstly, we're at the Irene Country Club, and yeah, as Quinny says, we'll be staying at the hotel and we won't be moving for the second test. Aditya?
Hi, Quinton. I wanted to ask, what has Mark Boucher's messaging been about the way the team wants to play Test cricket going forward? Thank you.
Look, I think you know, we want to play clever Test cricket. You know, we want to be, you know, streetwise in the way we go about things. I don't know. I think just quite aggressively. I think we want to be able to throw first punches. You know, I think in the past we've let other teams throw first punches instead of us. I think that's maybe where we want to get better at. Obviously, you know, it's just the way we want to play cricket. It's a lot more clever, aggressive, streetwise. You know, I think that's the way this team needs to go forward. So I think we are pushing for that type of cricket at the moment.
Thank you. Firdaus with the last question. Thank you.
Connie, there seems to be much more of a focus on white ball cricket with a lot of ICC tournaments coming up, and I suppose we can say that maybe South Africa won't play in the final of the World Test Championship. What are your kind of short-term goals for the summer in terms of a test team? Like, is there one or two areas you want to see big improvement, or how can we assess where you would have had a good summer when it ends?
Look, I obviously got asked the same question yesterday. My thing was that we do have young players. My thing is, I've got guys that need to learn and learn fast, especially where our team is to where I see the rest of world cricket, especially when you play against the likes of Australia, India, England. We probably won't play those guys soon, except for Australia. But those guys have got their teams who are sorted, solid in their lineups, and we've got a young team. Obviously, we've got one or two seniors, but we need our younger guys to come through and learn fast, so we can have a structured team. That's what I would hope for this season. Obviously, we're very doubtful we won't be playing the final game of the championship. But yeah, just for the new guys to come in and all the boys to really start scoring runs and putting up their names.
Thanks, Quinny. Final question from Percy.
Thank you so much, Pakazi. Connie, can I just ask you, it's probably one of those old questions where we ask about a former South African also coaching this side. What do you think he's going to bring to the party this time around? The last time I read, he came a week in advance. Do you think he'll be able to analyze you guys once again? Like you mentioned earlier in one of your answers, you guys would want to rectify what you guys did wrong in that previous series. Do you think Mickey Arthur will come with some new plans this time around?
To be honest, I'm not too sure. Probably going to have to ask him yourself, to be honest. I think he knows what to expect. So yeah, it's just making sure we're a step ahead of everyone when we step onto the field. So yeah, that's just a matter of it.